Or you want to come sit by your wife? Maybe? Eric doesn't want to be on camera, apparently.
Hello.
Technical difficulty. We're not late. We said 9:30. Eric's my technical difficulty. Well, you want to maybe get in frame with your wife, or what's going on? Yeah. Hi. Good morning.
Morning.
This is why I asked Eric to get up extra early, because he's this groggy little guy.
But you guys know in like 25 minutes I'm
he's gonna be hyped and really annoying.
Stupid. Just deal with it.
That's pretty much how it goes. Oh, well, hi. We missed you guys. I know we did it last week on Friday, but it feels like it's been a long time for some reason.
Yeah, because we haven't gone live as much this week.
Yeah, we were going hard for a while.
Yeah.
With AJ. We've done a lot of Twitch stuff, which has been super fun. We played Overcooked 2 with Dan Snyder and Zach Benson last night.
Super fun.
Like, seriously, that game makes me cry every time I play. Something hilarious happens, and it's way too much fun. So fun fact, we bought it also on computer. So if you don't have a Switch and you want to play with us, you can get it. It's $25 on Steam. And you can play online with us from your computer. The cool thing about having controllers is we could plug in our controllers to our computer and still play with controllers like a normal video game. So it took a little figuring out, but oh my god. We had so much fun. It was a blast. What are you looking for?
Hello.
Here.
Thank you. I'm so far away.
I wouldn't be surprised if Eric just laid down and went back to sleep on the couch right now. I asked him to get up extra early, so... Well, here we are. That's fine. So we're not going to start with what's in the mail as much as I want to, because it was an exciting week for what's in the mail. Instead, how about we give you a little update on what happened for us this last week? I guess nothing happened. It kind of just came about yesterday, but there are... Maybe you guys have heard of the Blue Wahoos stadium event that Bubba Watson put on here in Pensacola. Maybe not. Dynamic posted about it, but they did. We were a little concerned about it because it's so early, and like having people gather already is not really what we're into right now. But they had like really strict rules about keeping socially distanced. We talked to a couple friends of ours that did that and said that it was really good. Everything was spaced out, and yeah, so we talked with Dynamic yesterday about getting involved, and it sounds like we might go to a couple weekends and do some clinics and teach some kids, teach some ladies,
yeah, it's a good
teach
chance
some
of that.
Everybody.
Yeah.
So hopefully that is in the works. If you are anywhere nearby, I would look to go to one of those. That would be really, really cool.
Definitely.
So it's a minor league baseball team in Pensacola, Florida. So obviously they're not having games right now. They wanted to run some sort of event to raise some funds. And so disc golf, I guess the cool thing is it wasn't just a one weekend thing. They want to do it like all the time, which is really, really, really good for disc golf. So we're excited. Just the thought that families that are into baseball could also transfer over and like get really into disc golf is like really encouraging for us. And it's kind of weird, but like the coronavirus, as much as it sucked and sucks, there are so many new disc golfers because of coronavirus. So when it comes to the sport itself, it's kind of a blessing in disguise. Yeah, I know like our tour is mostly canceled or whatever, but
yeah,
which we'll talk about.
I'm actually looking at
Eric's looking it up, but yeah, but you know, you kind of have to look at the silver lining here and there, and it would be really cool if all of a sudden our sport was gigantic. That would be awesome. So, wow, you guys are chatty this morning, but I don't think you're talking to us. I think you're just talking amongst yourselves. Memorial weekend. We don't really have.
What is that? I don't even know what that
Monday's Memorial Day. We do have plans.
Mitch Phillips, I was not playing well last night, so I wish I was sometimes. Well, not like
we had a great time.
No, we did have a great time.
Eric didn't have fun playing with me.
No, I always have fun playing with you.
Um,
Overcooked and Mario. We played Mario Kart this week with Erica.
And we played Overcooked with Seth Fendley and Emily. They're in Orlando. Seth works with the Disc Golf Pro Tour, and so we played our first online game with them of Overcooked. It was super fun. Okay, so y'all aren't really talking to us. You're just chatting, which is cool. Y'all should get along. Just plated a bacon omelet. That sounds awesome. I played with the guy. Yeah, so our plans for this weekend. We really haven't seen anybody since the shutdown except AJ. We spent about an hour in Madison's front yard talking, socially distanced talking outside. But other than that, we haven't really seen anybody. And Tyler, Searle, and Jamie, they live about an hour away from us in Fort Walton Beach. So we're getting together with them tomorrow. They have a pool, so we're going to go swimming and go play some disc golf. So I'm really looking forward to having some social time, actual like people in the same room with us, not on the computer. So looking forward to that. And I have a lot of videos to work on, which is part of what's in the mail, I suppose. But if you haven't yet, I will shoot you guys a link. Excuse me. I'll shoot you a link for our most recent video. It's doing pretty good, which is awesome. I'm glad people are watching it. Eric and I played a Trilogy challenge against each other. Sorry. Let me get that link. We played a 9-hole Trilogy challenge, which I think we told you about. And so finally got to edit it, and it is up. And I think pretty entertaining. People seem to like it.
Yeah.
Yelte, are you moving? You might have left already. Good luck. Last Friday, I got my first ace with a 2019 Eric Oakley Lucid X Felon that Eric had picked out for me on Dynamic Disc Live Shopping. Brock,
that's really cool, bud.
That's super cool. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I really want to see an ace. I'm like desperate for it. Spoiler alert, neither of us ace in the Trilogy challenge, but both of us come close.
Boy Mark McAllister in the chat.
Hey, Mark.
I was just playing with him just yesterday at UWF.
Yeah.
He's an awesome dude, and I can't wait to see what he does. He's going out on tour.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
He's a baller.
Well, a weird year to do it, but maybe the best year too.
Yeah. I mean, he's committed. He's
awesome.
He's been playing the game since he was super young, and he's got all the skills. He's good friends with Trevor and a bunch of people. He's got some stories. He's a good dude. I really had fun, and I'm looking forward to playing around with him.
Sorry. Dan, good morning. Glad you're joining us. Dan Snyder right here. He's my editor guy.
He's a decent chef.
He's learning how to cook.
Yeah.
We played Overcooked with them last night, so that was super fun.
Here's the thing is, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to just overcook talk real quick, is playing with people who aren't your skill level. Oh, I felt like we weren't allowing them to learn the game because we were just like, do something basic and get the frick out of the way.
That's true.
And
I think it even happened with Seth and Emily because they hadn't played nearly as much as us, and Eric was doing so much crap. Emily was just like,
he's doing 2 tasks at once, like so. But we've played so much on 2-player or a little bit 3-player with AJ, and
like 50-ish hours.
Yeah, and here's the thing: it's like you play, and you have to get used to multitasking. But when you play with 4 players, you don't have to multitask. You actually have to just rely on the other person to do that other task that you've been asked to do. So yeah, it was very, very funny, and yeah, it was fun. So I hope Zach and Dan decide to play some.
I bet they will, because I had a blast. Zach was laughing just as much as I was, if not more.
It's a fun game. It's a really fun game. I want an Overcooked 3, and I actually maybe want to get Overcooked
there's
1.
all those bonus levels we haven't bought yet that we could.
Yeah.
All right, Joe M. Speaking of getting folks into disc golf, there was a family at the park course yesterday asking about what I was doing with frisbees and the weird chain thing. I think they're going. That's super cool.
Nice. I had some people roll up on me just the other day when I wasn't doing my field work, and I think the wife. So he's like, yeah, that's a professional over there. And the guy went over there, and I said, hey, yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm a disc golfer. These are discs. They're not really frisbees, but they are technically frisbees and everything. And he's like, I'm a professional with all this COVID stuff. We're just back in Pensacola, and she
don't know me. I'm Erica.
And she was just like, I told you.
She knew who you were.
No, she just was like, you could just tell.
She knew you were good at things.
I was sending,
even though you throw like this thing.
Yeah, they don't know that looked awesome.
Tracy, we have not posted the Bushnell challenge yet. I'm editing that today when I get done here. That is my. Well, we have a couple other things too, but that's my number one goal today. I'm editing it today, hopefully posting it later today. It's fairly short, so it should be easy to edit, but I've just been trying to get a bunch of other stuff done, including plant stuff.
No, here's the part about the Bushnell challenge. I don't know if you guys watched it.
Are you gonna complain again?
No. It's so difficult to throw a distance without a target. If you have a target, you go off of like your depth of perception. You're just like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna throw it that far, and you just throw it.
Well, that's what you practice.
Yeah, and that's how you practice. So it's so different. Like when we did the park challenge, I at least had the basket as a reference point. So like I wasn't throwing very far past it that often. I was hitting that line and everything more often than not.
Well, and that's why we did the rangefinder challenge that we did in the first place. I was like, this is something we never have to do. Like,
yeah, just straight up.
I bet that'd be hard. Let's try it. And I haven't even tried it yet, which I kind of want to. But I'm hoping maybe not that I'll get invited, but the pro tour, I'm hoping they will do one for the women's side. I'm going to send Jeff a message today.
Well, Andrew Fish brought up a really good point.
Yeah, and I commented on that. I was like, yeah, why not do a ladies' side? Yeah. Like, let's do it. It probably should have been in the first place, but that doesn't mean they couldn't do it now.
Totally. Either way, it was really fun. The only and to have my one time to complain.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it was really difficult. But then the one thing that I didn't enjoy was we were trying to throw a distance, but we only had a minute to throw
the time limit.
The 5 shots. So they sped it up, but I was throwing very quick, and that to me it was just like I wouldn't do that. I would say you have 30 seconds to throw each shot because that's what we do in disc golf. As long as you're not abusing your time, shouldn't you throw a golf shot and then step back and then throw a golf shot? And that's what the best player is, not just rapid firing, because we don't do that in our sport. So
it just depends on what they're going for.
Yeah,
and it was like if you make your own, then make it what you want.
It was still really fun. I enjoyed it, and I told Jeff, I was like, I would really like to try again, because now that I have an understanding, and I just decided to, just
they haven't seen it yet
everywhere.
They haven't seen it yet. They don't know.
Well, it was on the Disc Golf Network.
Any fly marks coming up? Drew, is that something you'd like? We did the 2. We did the one before GBO. We did the GBO one. They went really extremely well. You guys are amazing. And it's honestly been like the one thing that's, I don't know if that's too revealing. It's given us more comfort, whereas when the tour got canceled, we were just like panicking, if we're being really honest. Obviously, that's like most of our entire income. It's all of Eric's income. And we vend a lot. We do clinics. Like, we do all these things on the road to make money. And yes, we have less expenses because we're not out traveling, but it was freaky not having like the big events that we usually go to. So
that's funny.
Would you like another fly mart? Sorry, that got real. If you want another fly mart, we will absolutely do it.
Oh,
we have some new discs to show you, but hold on, I have to do something really quick. Kira Alexander, I love you. I miss you so much. I'm really glad you're here. Like, my heart just got warm knowing that you're in the chat. So I love you. Kira's my homie from Portland. She just got married. So can we get some fish in the chat for Kira and Kevin? A little congratulations. I know it's a little late, but
hey,
I love
did
them
that
so
gas
much.
Station have green tea?
They didn't.
No, they did. I brought you a green tea and a sweet tea.
But not the ginseng.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they did.
That's funny because I was like, oh, that's not what I asked for. But
it was.
You do the voice, and I just It just wipes everything. Okay.
Fresh Lancer. Eric ate his Wheaties at the Trilogy Challenge. Yeah, I threw past everything. It was never funny. Not long.
Those holes are short. So that's something else that kind of came to fruition this week. We maybe have some locals in here, maybe not. I don't think I've seen Mike or Rob yet, but we are gonna do some mini Trilogy. That's hard to say.
Mini Trilogy challenges.
Minilogy.
With us and
locals.
Some locals who you guys can get a better read on how the discs fly. I think it'll be.
And then they get a chance to try out these Trilogy discs and like give you guys like their take on them versus us. So I'm excited for that actually, but I have a lot of videos to do before we get around to that, unfortunately.
So if we are going to do
how'd you get Eric to spot you so many shots? I hadn't been playing, so we both kind of assumed I would suck.
No, you assumed you would suck. I didn't want to even play for a challenge, but you were like, yeah, why don't we just do it? Stroke a hole. And I was like, that seems crazy, but fine. I'll have to go out and shoot absolute fire, and then you go and park a bunch of baskets.
Well, yeah.
I haven't played that long. Perfect bounty sidearm park job. Oh, I haven't played that long. Perfect bounty backhand. Oh, I haven't played that long. Oh, leave it short, jam the putt on the last hole to not even give me a stroke at the end. Fine, whatever. All right, back to the fly march stuff. We do have these amazing Glimmer Lucid X felons.
We just got them in the mail. What's in the mail?
What's in the mail?
We should have a little transition that goes, what's in the mail?
Super sweet. These are really cool. These darker ones, like when you hold them up in the light, I can't really show you, but they have a big, like smoky inside. It's not working. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, we tried.
And then I will say, Danny Lindahl was telling me about these blue ones, and it's the blue ones in particular. They have a little bit more lift in the middle.
Move it down a little bit so
they can see it.
So the white. Now you can see the bubble.
See the pop? He says when he threw it, I think the quote was, he threw it and it faded so hard it broke his big toe. And then he was worried that when it hit the ground that it was going to cause a black hole. It was so overstable. Hilarious stuff from Danny Lindahl. Get Tina and Ace.
I love that. I saw that a while ago. I thought that was so funny. I just gave a bunch of my old discs to a neighbor kid. That's awesome. Whoa, John with the super chat.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, John. Morning cheers. Keep the Innova starter packs in my car that I no longer throw. Gave discs to people in the park throwing whammo on the course. That's so nice.
That's awesome.
Got to get some good discs in their hands.
I got to put some more discs in my car. Like I feel like I haven't seen too many people, but I'm usually walking to the field. But if I'm at a course, I feel like I want to have something on hand.
Yeah, I used to keep like as many putters and stuff I didn't need. Oh my gosh, y'all are talkative.
All right, let's go all the way down to the bottom. Let's catch up to. Let's be more on the relevant stuff. But they can answer questions again. Okay, Jason Brown. That's a good question. I like answering Jason's stuff. Did you think the bounty was more overstable than you expected? I was expecting something like a longer deputy. No, I think it's exactly what we were wanting, because longer deputy is probably something more like a warrant. And the bounty wanted to fit in a, with the popularity of like a disc like the Fuse right now. I think that was something that we wanted to have, a disc that was somewhat similar but had its own flair to it. And I think we hit on that. I used it as a Maverick in a mid-range body.
From a not Eric perspective, it was more stable than I expected. But not in a bad way.
You got it to hold a turn.
No, I'm not saying I don't like it, but I was expecting...
Oh, wow. Tina doesn't like the bounty.
Mm-hmm.
You said...
Are you done?
I don't like it. You just said that.
That's not what I said.
Yeah, it is. You said those words.
I said I don't not like it.
You do not like it?
Okay, I'm gonna murder you. If Eric goes missing after this call, y'all know why.
I love you all.
It is more stable than I expected. It doesn't feel overstable to me, but it is not flippy understable. For me, if I need it to flip up and go to the right, I have to put it on that angle. Whereas the Deputy, I throw on a hyzer to let it flip up because otherwise it's too flippy. But I like it.
Yeah. As with power, it's like hyzer to flip up to flat and maybe a baby amount of turn. If I want it to turn, I just hit it hard and I hit it not that hard, but I just hit it flat and I know it's going to turn. So if you have the arm speed, Bounty's
it's a little more stable than it's quite a bit more stable than my Warrant, but not like changing the use. I would still use it for the same kind of shots that I would use my Warrant for.
Totally. People were asking, like, is it like a pre-Mac truth? And to me, it's easier to make turn than a pre-Mac, if that makes sense. Where the pre-Mac is like,
hi Denise,
kind of wants to be straight.
Dan mentioned he's working on another video for us. It's
very funny.
It's really so good.
It's very good.
He sent me the rough draft yesterday, and it's amazing. Amazing. So I can't wait to share that with you guys. It's basically from our first off season. We had a bunch of people over, and I know this is older stuff, but I promise you it's worth watching. It's so entertaining.
It really is.
And there's a whole round of disc golf with Erica, Eric, myself, and Zach playing doubles. So if you need some disc golf, there's some disc golf to watch in there, and it's pretty good. So thank you, Dan. I'm excited to see the final product. Okay, so fish in the chat. That's for Kira and Kevin. That's awesome. Sorry, we're trying to catch up now. Here we go. We are caught up. That's awesome. You've got a putt. I thought you'd like that, Chris. Okay. You heard it here first. Eric could work for the mainstream media.
Yeah, well, that'd be fun.
Would you recommend moving to Florida? I don't know, Jason. It depends. And it depends on which part you're looking at.
Yeah. If you're ready, you got to be ready for bugs because
that's like the first thing that comes to mind.
There's just a lot of bugs. But at the same time, you know, if you get a good pest company and they can take care of things, if you got to put out some traps and whatnot.
That's what he means. Because you're like switching my words around and.
Well, I just quoted your words.
Like misquoted it.
Yeah, I completely misquoted it.
It's super mainstream. But yeah, we love it.
Super
to be honest.
Mainstream. Oh my god.
That's what he said.
I know.
Mainstream media.
Yep.
Pensacola specifically is pretty small. It's not like a nice town, but the downtown's cute and sweet and nice.
You can
the
tell
outskirts
it's on
are
the
like
up,
yeah, it's definitely on the up, but it definitely went through some crap in the 80s.
fried rice. Mike, just come to Florida.
Yeah, come hang.
You live in a van. Come see us.
The weather, like today's super humid, so if you're not good with heat, obviously not great. But the winters here are pretty great. They're really mild. We had a lot of rain, which isn't typical.
But the beaches basically are deserted, and so it's like the perfect place for us as disc golfers to go out on the road, come back here. Nobody's here because they've all we
have the whole place to ourselves.
It's pretty special. So Florida's dope. Florida's dope, and it is a place that you can play disc golf all year.
South Florida is a lot more crowded than it is up here.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there.
Like for instance, we're pretty much reopened up here, but South Florida is still closed because it's so packed, and that's where like spring break is. But weather-wise, we still have similar weather, but we get cold in the winter, but not like, I mean, obviously not like Wisconsin cold. Are we ever going to do another tournament of friendship? Heck yeah, Joe. Just don't know when.
A Disc Golf Valley
the
voice?
Stuff's open here. Your part. Tap it in.
Oh, that's funny. Yes, I should. Zach Benson, love you.
I'm not done yet.
You talking?
So we did do the first tournament of friendship, and our second one was going to be at Masters Cup.
Yeah.
Which is canceled.
Well, I just get to be the tournament of friendship champion.
Yeah, Eric gets to hold it longer than most. So here, like the amusement stuff's open already, which isn't great. But we won't even be back on tour until July probably. So maybe sometime in July, if we feel safe going to those places, or if they're even open in like Michigan and stuff. They're pretty strict up there, I think. So hopefully soon. We had a great time with it. So sending a package today. Thanks, Kira.
Awesome.
Can't wait.
We did just get this in the mail. I have no idea what this means, but is winning good?
No.
I don't know if anybody knows about the Team Trilogy points winner. Whatever this means, cool. I'm stoked. I love representing Team Trilogy. This is awesome. But it's a cool EMAC that I have that I will likely give away. So be on the lookout for this to be given away. More stuff in the mail.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a really cool thing.
Okay.
Tina.
But also, hi, Zach. I didn't realize you were working and just stopping in. So.
Oh, super chat!
Zach Benson. Did our present arrive yet? Not
No.
from you. We do have a present today to show you guys, which was really, really cool.
What?
Okay.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Tina.
This is what a box looks like if you buy praying mantis babies from eBay.
How crazy is that? We own, as y'all heard, like a dozen praying mantis now.
Probably more. I bought 10.
Mm-hmm. But they send probably a bunch because they're expecting some to maybe not make it.
I have 4 of these, and each of them had 5 or 6 babies in it. Yeah, like it's hot here. They came from New York. They did like quick shipping, but either way, this had praying mantis babies in it, and it just showed up in my mail on my front porch. So if y'all haven't seen my Instagram story,
just go check Tina's Instagram story. It's well worth it.
But here, I'll at least show you a picture. They were crawling all over me like they are not shy. There's one of them, but they're very, very small. But the cool thing is we actually have a little, I'm going to call him a local. We have a local praying mantis that's just chilling on my pepper plant, defending my honor. So that's why we got them. They eat aphids and a lot of like the bad bugs that you don't want. So they're good bugs. And
what you gonna do? What you gonna do when the mantis comes for you? Bad bugs, bad bugs.
I'm trying to be as organic as possible in my garden, and praying mantises and ladybugs are like the best way to protect your garden.
You must protect this house.
I had a dream that I put chemicals in my garden. And somebody was like, well, it's not organic anymore. And I was like, no. I just remembered. That's stupid, but whatever. Florida has Calvin Heimberg. That is true. However, negative. Florida has Madison Walker.
Who followed that up?
Oh my God.
Oh, Chaser.
We love classic. Mad. We just also love giving her crap.
I barely touched it. Your thing is stupid.
It is stupid.
Barry.
That is far from Pensacola. He's pretty far away. I started playing in Southwest Florida, and I remember we played a lot more in the winter because the summers were rough. Yeah, that makes sense.
It totally does. Oh.
What?
I guess I won the first part of the season.
Team Trilogy. Well, it's 2019. It says 2019
it does say 2019.
In the background.
That's true. I don't know, but cool.
Did you get those because praying mantis can fight murder hornets? No, I did not. They're too small to fight murder hornets right now, but just aphids.
But they're gonna just munch down on some aphids and get so big.
Oh, Zach sent us something today, and it's out for delivery.
Yeah,
I know it's headphones, but I think he said
headphones. It's a microphone.
A mic. Yeah, a mic. My friend raises praying mantises.
That's so cool.
That is really cool. Defend Tina's peppers. That shipped a scorpion in a Tupperware that escaped into my dorm room. I don't know how I'd feel about scorpions. That's a little much.
That's crazy.
Just spread some nematodes. I've heard of that, but I also heard that they can do some damage too. There's so much information out there. It's crazy. Organic doesn't mean chemical free necessarily. Yeah, but I'm doing my garden for me, so if I can control what's in it and I do like good things and I, do the best I can, then I can feel good about what we're putting in our bodies.
Fresh Lancer, do we want to He's talking about the stuff.
All right, we got it. I actually checked the tracking this morning because I was hoping it would show up. And it did. So we have something really cool to show you from Jason. Oops, sorry.
Fresh Lancer.
Oh, AKA Fresh Lancer in the chat. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
These are handmade.
So
Minis.
cool. Unreal.
With our Whale Pants logo. And then set in resin with this like cool dark purpley. It's really, really cool.
I'm super impressed.
Look at that. And they're both a little different. So you can tell they're like handmade, which I think is just the coolest. So I will definitely be using this. We're going to fight over which one I get.
There, you can choose.
So thank you, Jason. You are amazing. Do you want to give him his Instagram? He put it on the back. Or on the front. The front. Feather Bottom?
Feather Bottom Woodworks. Jason, do us a favor and put your Instagram handle in the chat so everybody can go give you a follow.
How cool is that?
Exactly.
I've been playing with resin,
No,
as y'all know. So this is really cool. I don't really have the means to do woodworking in the same. I have a Sawzall and a jigsaw. So I can't really do any detailed cutting. This is really cool. Thank you. I'm excited. Yeah. This was a cool thing to grab out of the mail, and we knew immediately it'd be on our what's in the mail.
Yeah, we didn't know what to expect whenever he said he was going to send us something.
Yeah, we had no idea. So
big thanks.
Very excited.
Big thanks to Fresh Lancer.
Yeah, we love getting stuff in the mail.
Purple's an awesome color. We both are fans.
Yeah, it's awesome. Hey, Garrett. No, Eric's not awake.
Nope.
Battletoads.
Yeah.
One other what's in the mail. My parents sent me a box with a couple things from their house that I left there. So this is kind of a fun blast from the past, and I'm glad Kira's here because she will know what this is from. So this is from Calapooya Brewing in Oregon. This is my second place. Oh, you can't see it. There we go. Oh, still can't see it. How do I do this? Maybe that's better. Second place, Calapooya Classic, Open Women. So I took Frisbees. What do they call that? Script? I took script, because this was like one of my first pro tournaments that I played, and I barely even started playing. This is from 2015. This is the year that we met in 2015? Or we maybe...
No, we met 2015.
This is the year I met Erica. And
but you let
Kira and I played disc golf nonstop, traveled all over the place, went up to Washington, played like any tournament we could possibly play. So this is from quite a while ago, but this was the beginning of me playing tournaments. So it's kind of cool to see this, and my parents sent me that. And then this one unfortunately broke, but this was my absolute first open win from
Wintertime
Open in 2016.
Pretty cool, huh?
Eric and I were together, and I played with Discmania Plastic back then.
A mixed bag.
Yeah, it was definitely mixed.
You had some Innova, and
you can't really see, but
not sure if you were putting. Were you putting P1Xs?
Probably, because I didn't switch to P2s till later. So yeah, this one too, I had to take script, and the guy was like, he's kind of old school, and I was like, well, I have to take script so I don't. Like I was not ready to be a professional yet. And he was like, oh, okay, well, here's your trophy. And then later I was like, hey, I think you actually have to like pay me out. But back then I was literally supporting my tour by selling the disc that I got from playing amateur. So it was very important. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I don't have a whole lot of first place trophies other than the one earlier this year in January, the Fairhope Jubilee. And
Smashed.
My first A-tier win was Gentleman's Club in 2017.
On the AM side, yeah. Smashed on him.
But the trophy, you guys,
Shocker! It
was called the Gentleman's Club Classic back then, and it's this
not Vegas.
Literally this giant plaque with a half-naked, sprawled-out woman on it. I literally threw it in the garbage. I just like so disrespectful to me. Yeah. Oh, cool! I won this thing that's really demeaning to women. That's awesome. Sorry if that bothers you, but that's how I feel. Anyways, yeah. So that was cool. Is that all we have from in the mail? Yes.
I think so. I can't remember. I got some more Ring Raiders in the mail because I have been obsessed with that disc.
I think you meant to say I have a problem.
I definitely have a problem. I'm not. It's not like I understand that this is not an issue, but I've been talking a lot about it lately. Is the ring run of the Raiders or the early run Lucid Raiders have quickly become like a disc that I'm really enjoying a lot. I will still probably bag a Domi Lucid one for a little more headwind days, just because it handles a little bit better and I can kind of still force it over into a headwind. But what the Ring Raider does incredibly well is when you throw it at a lower power. For me, throwing at a lower power, I can kind of make it actually fly pretty similar to an Explorer, which is really, really fun. But it's an Explorer that goes 100 feet farther. So that becomes one of those really, really fun things of, all right, throw the exact same way you threw an Explorer and you get 100 plus feet. So it's dope. It's pretty dope.
They're making fun of you being a discaholic.
Yes.
And Tracy said, so this is the weekly meeting of discaholics then? Yep. That'd be a really good idea.
Hi, my name's Eric.
Podcasters like Discaholics Anonymous.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Fresh Lancer put in the comments that this used to be curtains. So you made these bags too? That's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
Talk about talent. Justin said he wished he had a talent so he could send us stuff.
That's funny.
We are just glad you guys are here. You don't have to mail us stuff, though it is appreciated. Yeah. So y'all have slowed down on the comments, which is good because we're caught up now, which is awesome. Do we have other things to share? It's only 10:05.
Maybe. I forgot what I was doing.
We have that off-season vlog coming. We have the Bushnell thing. Oh, the other what's in the mail. One more thing. And what's out in the mail is 6 mystery boxes. Like this. Kira, I have a song I think you'd like. I will send it to you later.
Yeah,
this is a Ranger bag. This is a Commander bag. And Spout is sitting on the box for the other 2 bags. I'm doing some disc golf bag reviews, and I'm super excited. I've been chatting with Bobby a lot about projects I can work on so I can still kind of like make some money while we're not on the road, because usually, as y'all know, I'm doing media for DD. And so this is a really cool idea because there's a lot of disc golf bag reviews out there from anybody, but not necessarily a woman's perspective. So I'm going to go out and play some disc golf rounds, put some discs in here. I haven't actually carried the Commander for my own use. I've carried like Eric's or Zach's caddy-wise, which is, probably still helpful, but I wouldn't be using the pockets the same way. So yeah. I'm going to play around with each of these bags and see what I think is the benefit or non-benefit for each one, specifically from my perspective. It'll help anybody. But for instance, I'm a little bit smaller than most people. Eric's got these broad shoulders and I don't. So for instance, like the Commander, unless I have a ton of discs, I might not need a bag that's this big. So I'm going to do a couple of those bag reviews, and I'm actually really looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun to show my perspective of things. And I haven't done a lot of reviews since pretty early on. We kind of jumped into doing like rounds and fun stuff, and so I'm excited for that project.
Tracy, we did not get the paratrooper. I think it's probably still in prototypes, so they don't have too many they can send out just yet.
I don't think so either.
But I would love to get one.
We haven't opened the other box yet, so I'm actually not entirely sure.
I doubt it.
Tina, can I ask you for a small favor? I have one of the orange-pink geometric kind of whale sacks. Can you name it for me? Joe, send me maybe an email because that's easier to give you. sales@whalesax.com. Shoot me a picture. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Unfortunately, we've done like a million different patterns, so I don't know. If you're talking about one of the newer ones, I probably have it here. Oh, maybe I don't. But that one should be on the website if that's what it is. But I don't think it's geometric. Yeah, are y'all following Fresh Lancer? Feather Bottom Woodworks on Instagram. Denise, I love that olive color Ranger. Yeah, it's not bad. It definitely suits you, Denise, Miss Outdoors. Not that I'm not Miss Outdoors, but I'm like beach outdoors, right? If you put a Hershey and Spout together, you've got a chocolate fountain. Get off your phone.
That's really fun.
This is my life, by the way. We'll be doing something important, and then I'll look over, and he's ignoring me, and he's just on his phone.
I had to look something up, and then I just zoned.
How about the new paratrooper bag? Yeah,
looks cool.
It looks cool.
We haven't seen it, so
like there's more storage, which is great. That's like the only downside, really,
to a trooper.
Other than the fact that it doesn't stand up. It's not rigid on purpose, and so like you can pack it really easily, but it doesn't have like that rigidity where it'll just stand up no matter what ground it's on. I think that paratrooper looks a little more sturdy and has a lot more storage.
I personally am a big fan of the trooper bag, especially at tournaments when I don't need that many discs. Like if I know that I can go out there with 15 discs, there's no reason to carry a Ranger or Commander at that point. So that's why I love the Trooper, because it fits nicely. You have a little extra space for some towels, some snacks, and stuff like that. It is a little bit sloppy, and I think that it doesn't look the best. But all in all, like our bags are dope. Like that's just the end all be all of it. So I'm excited to see what you think about those, Tina. You really haven't carried many bags because you've been rolling a cart for a year at least. 2 years.
I think I've carried plenty. I started with a Ranger. And
you weren't carrying that much though.
Yeah, I was, and then I got a cart, and I was having a hard time getting the Ranger to fit in the cart.
Yeah.
Then I got an extra large cart, and now I have Paige's Ranger, which is a little more flexible, so it fits in and out of the cart a lot easier. But in between that, because I couldn't get the Ranger in the cart easily, because I liked to grab my bag for some courses and not for others, I would use the cart for other courses.
You had the sniper.
And so I used the sniper for a while. And same deal, some courses you don't need a cart or can't have a cart. Like it's just, too rocky or hilly. So I carried the sniper for a while. And then our casual rounds or wooded rounds that I know I only need a couple discs, then I'll grab my trooper. So I've carried 3 bags. But like I never really had a reason to carry the Commander. It's just so much bigger than I need. I don't carry that many discs. It's just like bulkier than
I loved the Commander. I think the only thing that got me about the Commander was rain rounds. The rain fly is good and whatnot, but having the extra storage, playing one rainish round at Vegas made me kind of fall in love with the Ranger bag. There are definitely, we've been talking with the guys a bunch, and we want to see a couple changes.
Yeah, it was kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, tell.
Sorry,
no, go for it.
I just interrupted you.
I know you didn't.
I didn't mean to. Roscoe, Jamie, and Emac? No, Chris. Can you? Is it Chris? I need your input. Okay.
It was Chris Edson, Jeremy Roscoe, Emac.
And so they actually got in contact with us and said, like, we would really like your input on these bags. We're going to make some changes. And so we got to talk to them for about an hour about what we would like to see. And it was really cool to have dynamic, just like, we want to know what you want. And literally like, okay, let's make that happen. We'll make that happen.
Some cool things.
Because not only do we have our own, our own input, but we also hear stuff from you guys all the time. And when we're on the road, people talk about bags, and Eric has 9,000 different caddies every year. So they have their own input too. And he got to kind of give them Charlie's input since he's carried 3 different bags of yours. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. I know that might not sound like a big deal, but for us it is. It's just cool to have the ability to sway what gets done on something that we're going to use down the line. So yeah, excited about that.
Very.
That's all I wanted to talk about, right?
I think so.
There was something else that somebody said that I wanted to say something. Oh, cart review. I could do that. I could definitely do that.
I'm not doing that because I hit myself. I hit other people with the cart.
He's run me over many times.
I am adamantly never going to use a cart, and that's not because I don't think they're good. I think they're absolutely amazing. Like working with Zuka has been awesome, and they've offered us a cart. DD's offered us a cart. It's not been like, oh, because I haven't been able to get one or anything like that. It has been straight up that I have ruined my ankles and ankles of my friends. So I have to lean away from it because I would much rather not put anyone in danger. And
I'm not gonna say like I'm not clumsy because I certainly am. I've flipped it a lot, but I've never like hit anybody with it. Yeah. Almost. Okay, the Commander backpack is 20 discs in the main compartment and 2 in the top pocket, but you can fit a couple more.
You can fit way more than that.
Yeah, I agree.
So one of the best parts about the Commander is you can fit everything in the middle. You can fit stuff in the side pockets. You can fit 2 to 3 discs in one and 2 to 3 discs in the other top pockets.
And actually, the Ranger says the same thing. It says 20 and then 2 in the putter pocket, but same deal. You can fit like quite a few up here. That's what Eric does. Yeah. I don't. This is where my snacks go, and that's very important. And then actually on these ones, we kind of asked them to make this a little bit bigger. If you have deep putters, it's kind of hard to fit 2 putters in here.
I like drivers.
But you can put drivers in here really easily. So.
Sorry, coffee works.
See ya. Oh, we're doing like a little review preview. But this is good because now I know what you guys want to know about. So thank you for the input. But yeah, maybe I'll do a Zuka. It's going to be a while from now because I have 4 videos to do plus the rangefinder one. But thankfully, Dan's doing my other one, so that's awesome. I love the extra exercise of care. Yeah, Eric, I have like back and shoulder issues, so carrying a bag for me isn't like my favorite thing to do. It wears me down really easily, and yeah, they're just heavy. So the cart saves my back and my shoulder like a lot. And I like to have a lot of food and water on the course so I don't ever run out of energy. And so if I have a bag on my back, I'm less likely to bring more of that stuff, and I'd rather just like cram it all in there. So having a cart for me is super helpful. All right, bye, Zach. Thanks for joining. We'll see you later on Eric's Twitch. Peace out. You should talk about snacks. Justin, I will. There's no way I won't, because that's like, where are my snacks going to go? That's super important. Craig got a pound bag. Pound's cool. They're super unique. I think they're a little big for me, but if I wasn't carrying DD, then I would likely look for a pound bag. They're just kind of on the big side, but I just love that brand and that company. Cool, Zach. We'll see you tonight. I don't mind carrying the bag, but the up and down wipes me out. I think me too. I mean, for a long time, somebody taught me or somebody mentioned like pick it up with your left arm because, or your non-throwing arm. Because if you're doing it with your right arm, which you need for throwing, you're going to get worn out. And so I started doing that, but it still takes a lot of energy. If you think about how many times you pick up and put your bag down, even on one hole, it can be like 4 or 5 times. And then multiply that by 18 or more. Like, that's a lot. That's like a workout. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't get exercise, but also if your focus is playing around a disc golf, you probably shouldn't be putting your energy into just picking up a bag 100 times. So yeah. What sizes of Tupperware? That sounds like a Peter McBride review.
Oh my god, that would be really
only
good.
What sizes of Tupperware can fit in your bag and how much food it can hold.
Yeah.
Did you see his in the bag with just like all the snacks?
Mm-mm.
That was really funny. Yeah, same. I was able to have Robert help me on my logistics class last term. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Denise, I feel the same way. Like, it just causes more issues. Just, yeah.
Andrew Marweed is a next level snacker, that's for sure, Jason. Yeah, it's it's been one of those things. I had a grip bag before I ever had a DD bag, and I legit can't think of a reason why it wasn't like why I would need anything else. I've been such a fan of DD's lineup. When it comes to the Ranger bag, I am shocked because I thought I would never use one. But then I just kind of said, hey, I'm going to grab one and try it out for a little bit, and I haven't looked back. That top pocket has been an absolute dream for putting practice or just field work and stuff like that. I have gone to the field, I think, fitting everything in my Ranger bag. I have gone to the field with 35-ish discs fit in there. Especially if I'm not I don't take my putting putters to the field because I just leave them here so I can stuff more drivers and stuff like that up top. Yeah, it's amazing. I'm a fan. Entertain us.
Sorry.
You guys always have full bags out.
Out where?
No, not sling packs. The disc, the Trooper from Dynamic Disc is what we'll rock if we're gonna go light on our bags.
Yeah, I used to have a nutsack a long time ago. That was like my first actual disc golf bag. I was gonna say something. Why do I keep forgetting everything? I don't know.
Yeah, Craig. I think a final decision about Portland is being made today.
So did you have an update for us on that since you were on your?
I was. There's a really good chance that June 6th and 7th I might be in Minnesota.
Oh, is it that early?
The Minnesota Majestic would be that, and I believe that there's an outside chance that there might be something a couple weeks after that. So then I'd have to figure out if I'm staying there or coming back. I would fly. I would fly to Minnesota.
So that's tricky because it makes sense for me to go to that one and see my family.
Yeah, but if you can, here's the thing: is you could go hang out with your family. I play the tournament, and then if I have to stay, you can come back and whatnot.
And whatnot. I wish Zach Mountain was here.
But you could come back, check on your garden, hang out with the kitties, because we'll get probably Big Mike or Harry or Madison to watch their cats.
Somebody's gonna have to.
Yeah, but who knows? Or you wait and you come for the later one, because then maybe we start our tour shortly after that. I don't know. It's also tentative because the Pro Tour hasn't pushed the full thing, and I think Jeff Spring just made a comment to us that he's waiting on what's happening in Portland before he makes a full decision to kind of lay everything out. So once we hear about that, we'll understand what the tour looks like and how things are going to go.
Yeah,
but
I think we're kind of. Yeah. That'd be cool if that happened. I know the Pro Tour is really trying to get the tour back on, and they released a statement yesterday that they're going to have just as many events. So I'm not sure if that means it's going to go later into the season, which would be fine because we've been home. We've already had our time off, so we're totally fine with, going a little bit later, I think.
Yeah.
This year might be a little different. Well, obviously it's a little different, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But my family's in Wisconsin, and I really want to see them. And if Eric's going to be there anyways, plus I'm itching to do some media again. Like, I might not play much this year, but I'd really like to get back out and film some tournaments. Which reminds me, I have.
And the Majestic's 2 rounds of Blue Ribbon Pines this year, so
that's great. That's easy.
I like Blue Ribbon.
Me too. And it's the 22nd, which means I think my lenses are coming today. I bought 2 new lenses because the one that I have used for 2 years on tour is stuck in New York, basically. It's a Tamron lens, and I sent it to them to repair, and I sent it to them right before everything shut down, which my bad. But they shut down, and I basically got an email that says, we have your lens, but you're not getting it back until everything's back to normal. So I have no idea. It's been there for 2 months, and that sucks.
Yeah.
So I bought a new one, and then I'll just sell that one when I do get it back.
Couple cool things. Justin Choi, absolutely my friend. Craig Cohen, how's the garden going? But also before that, Christopher Lenz. How long have you two been married? Did you have a disc theme at your wedding or shower? We didn't have a disc theme, but we did play a tournament the very next day after we got married, and we played in wedding attire.
The disc theme was that every person there except our family basically is from disc golf.
Yeah.
Other than, my family and a handful of my high school friends came, which is awesome. And otherwise, everybody was a disc golfer.
Yeah, that's amazing. The garden's coming along really good. Tina just bought praying mantises to protect this house.
It's good, but it's like stressful at the same time.
Yeah.
There's always something new going wrong.
Catch you later, Mark.
Pretty much every day. I find some new bugs or something destroyed or something not producing like it should, or find some new research that's like, oh, that's what that is. We're doomed. So yeah, it's kind of stressful, but also extremely rewarding. Like, we go out and look at the garden every day, and I get really excited. And I did invest in some flowers that like are already flowering, so there's a little more bonus to going out. And then some of the stuff I started over 2 months ago from seed just started flowering. And I know that sounds so silly, but I put a lot of time and effort into it. And it's 2 months of watering and feeding and checking on it and like making sure everything's going okay and killing bugs and all this stuff. So it might seem silly, but I love flowers. I know a lot of people think it's wasteful, but you know what? It brings me a ton of happiness. And it was really cool. I planted some roses in December, I think. And they shot up 2 rose stems, and the first one bloomed yesterday, and I brought it inside, and it just is so cool that plant has been out there since December and it hasn't done anything, and now I have these beautiful roses to show for it. So I'm kind of a dork for gardening right now, but it's just exciting to see. And the whole point really is to have like a self-sustainable, we're going to have so many peppers. We have probably...
We cook with peppers a lot, which is good. So
including jalapenos, we have like 30 almost ready peppers that we have a bunch of bell peppers that are about that big. Like, we could pick them and eat them now if we wanted to, but
let them get more.
Yeah, we're gonna let them get bigger. So I'm really excited. It's been kind of therapeutic and stressful. Like I said, I was texting Calvin last week, and I said, being a plant mom is so stressful. Like, I go to bed just knowing that like there could be bugs eating my plants right now, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's just funny. What's in the mail? I think we just got a package.
How's it going? Appreciate you, brother.
Here's the mail. It never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail.
It should be Tina or Eric Oakley.
This is awesome.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate you, bud.
What great timing.
Get a rug.
Yeah, we got a rug. Oh, wow. Lots of stuff. Sorry, guys. Hang in there.
Yep, all you.
Oh. I forgot about this stuff. Okay, I bought 2 rugs. This is like Mr. Rogers' speedy delivery. Okay, this is a silly purchase, but somewhat necessary. In our guest room, That's where I've been working since AJ left. I had no idea this was turning into a scripted reality show. It just happened. We have a really pretty yellow comforter on the guest bed, and I'm sitting in this chair with my desk and I'm working, and Spout comes and lays next to me every time, and it's really cute and really sweet and I love it, but she's getting hair all over this yellow comforter. And so I bought this navy blue blanket to go where she lays down, just so it won't be so ugly, and this will be easier to wash than a comforter every time. So that's a silly purchase, but it is what it is. And this is the one I was just telling you guys about. Wow, what are the odds of that? Except that I knew the tracking, maybe. Mike, you want to help me identify bugs? There's no Spout emote here. I know, isn't that crappy?
Spout with sombrero is still one of my favorites.
Yeah, I know, and they don't have sombreros anymore.
Why not?
I think they did it for Cinco de Mayo.
Oh,
yeah.
Twitch can suck it. That's dumb.
It was great.
No, they did bring it back.
Okay, before I show you what's in this box, I'm going to go back up because y'all are asking questions and I want to answer them. I like seeing so if you guys want to see garden updates, I literally post pictures pretty much every day on my Instagram story. Plus you'll get Spout being ridiculous. She was so fun yesterday. She was like a different cat yesterday. Just so happy and hyper, and her eyes were like this all day long. So yeah, I post multiple stories pretty much every single day. Lots of garden stuff. There's still a video on there of a praying mantis, one of my babies, eating a bug, which was really cool actually. Yeah, so check that out. This is from King Heiser. Hey, Eric and Tina. Do you guys remember doing a clinic in Eagle, Colorado while traveling through with Eagle a few years back? I do. Anyways, it was one of the most helpful clinics I've seen. Thanks a bunch. That is awesome. That was really early on, and I do remember it really well. As years go on, and we've done so many, those kind of like blur together, but the ones early on, like, I remember those really well. Except, actually, that's funny because Zach and Dan are in the chat, and they came to a clinic we did last year in Massachusetts. And at the end of the clinic, this ice cream truck just showed up in the parking lot. And the lady running the ice cream truck was like, come in here and we'll take a picture. And so we have a picture in an ice cream truck with Peter McBride. And that like rounded out our clinic, was just like having ice cream in the parking lot. It was really cool. And that is not actually the first time that happened. That happened in Charlotte with Paige. The ice cream truck showed up. Huh. Maybe that's a thing. Okay, Justin Choi. All the national tour events are still happening as A tiers, right?
Some of them. I'm not 100% sure.
Some of them.
Beaver State Fling, I don't think is. If it's happening, it's not going to be a big pro event. It's going to be a much smaller event in Portland. And more Portland locals. I
have a feeling you will see a lot more pros at A tiers this year. Just trying to like make up for some of the money and get some more wins and stuff that we all missed out on. So I'd imagine that some A tiers will be a lot bigger this year.
Yeah. I will likely not play too many extra events. Only events that make the most sense.
If Idlewild happens, will you come? Yep.
Yep.
100%.
Duh.
We love the Natty and we love Idlewild.
We get to hang out with the Arling House. Arling House.
Okay, you guys, this is exciting. But unfortunately, I can't use it until my Amazon package shows up. This is an 18-200 Canon lens, which means it's more expensive. That's what I've been using from Tamron for a long time, but I also needed an adapter because I have a Canon M50, and this will not fit on my Canon M50 without an adapter. I'm hoping that the quality of this will be better than the Tamron. The Tamron was really good until we dropped it and the autofocus got like super messed up. It still worked somewhat, but there were some really weird glitches in it that made it really frustrating to film with. So I can't wait to use this. And then this is something I've been waiting to buy for a really long time. But I was talking to Zach Benson about this. I essentially don't make any money doing media because the second I get paid, I go spend it on more gear to do media.
Yeah.
So I just got paid and got a couple new things. So this is a macro lens for my Canon M50, and I've never had a macro lens, and I've always wanted one. So the cool thing about this one is it actually has a light around the lens itself, meaning you don't have to light it from somewhere else that's going to cause a shadow. But then also, with the Garden, I've wanted one of these for a long time, but with the Garden, I'll be able to capture, for instance, those praying mantis like close up. So you can see that is the light right there, that white spot. So there's nothing going to be in the way, and it'll light it nice and close. I am so excited to try this out. I've looked at so many reviews over the last 2 years about a macro, and I finally bit the bullet. So I don't have anything currently that can even get remotely close. Like the closest I can get is like 1.5 feet, I think, before it blurs out and won't take the photo. So excited to try that. And the 18-200 probably won't be any different, but what I've been filming with lately is just like the base, what is it? Maybe 18-45, if I remember it, or 15-45. But even that you can't get close with. It is what it is. So still learning a lot about cameras. I am completely 100% self-taught by YouTube and Bobby and Alyssa Van Lannen. So yeah. That's what's in the mail. And there's a rug for our front door because we have a lot of sand all the time. Corey, I was watching Rainbow Smug stream yesterday with you guys. Is it just me, or does Rainbow remind you of Tristan Tanner?
Kind of looks like him.
Yeah?
Yeah. Different personalities, but similar looking for sure.
Zach Benson is like, I don't even know how to describe him.
He's unique.
He awesome has this like gigantic personality. Like, he reminds me of Zach Melton, actually, but like a lot more hype.
Yeah.
But like, he's a super nice guy, really like cares and like sincere, but he's also just a complete riot, like goofball.
Yeah.
And Zach, that's exactly how I describe Zach. Like, he's a lot, but he also is like one of my best friends and like cares about me more than most people, or like appears to, if that makes sense.
Totally.
I don't know why I got on that tangent. Oh, Corey. Yeah. Okay.
I've not played Super Genius. Would love to see that at Milo. So hopefully 2021, I'll get to try it for once.
Have you ever played the Super Genius position at Milo? Yes. Do it if you get a chance to. It's crazy.
Chris Lenz comparing Macbeth's to Ricky's. I think Ricky, you kind of expect him to make it from everywhere. So when he makes stuff, you're not surprised. But like more often than not, like in clutch moments, more often than not, like you're just like, yeah, Paul's making everything. There's no way he's not. He's that good. So it's there's no. When you come to the styles, it's very different because Paul's more a spin, but he has some push mechanics to it, and Ricky is more push, but has a lot of spin mechanics to it. So it's they're just kind of they're different in their own right. And I think everybody should be more of a spush putter than anything, because you want the mechanics of the push putt are really, really good. But in this day and age, you got to be able to spin it because we play in too much wind to not to be strictly a push putter, and you have to be able to jam stuff. So having the extra spin helps it get there.
Austin, are we still coming to Nashville? I would say 100% if it still happens.
Yeah. The only reason I would consider not playing Music City but we will go and support the event.
I think we'll be there no matter what.
But the only reason I wouldn't play is if they decide to not play like the future course that we would play for Music City 2021. Like if they decide to do a 3-round, 3-course tournament
again,
I would.
Yeah, Eric's not a fan of playing 3
different courses. Here's the thing: if you're gonna run 3 rounds, put us on 1 course.
Yeah.
If you're gonna run 4 rounds, 2 courses.
How about U.S. Women's every year?
Leave it at that. Like that is where it should be. And even if you have 2 really good courses, but you only can play 3 rounds, choose one. Don't force it. And if anything, put the men on one side, the women on the other, or all the pros on one side and the AMs on another. It's fine. Your tournament does not need everyone to play all the courses that you love. Pick the best one and let's play just that one. Here's the thing. You look at professional golf. They play the same course. Yes, the pin moves, which changes the course, but it is the same. So they get out there, they practice, they figure out everything they want to. They don't even play 2 courses. They play different pins. The green is in the same exact spot. It's just about where the pin is. So they have to hit different sides of the green. So that's the biggest thing is stop. Let's get away from the old school. Oh, we have 4 amazing courses in our hometown. We're going to bring the pros out for a 4-round tournament where we play 4 different courses. And we're going to play that all over 2 days. Pass. Hard pass.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
The golf has changed to a way of being more professional. Tee times, 1 round a day. And if you can make it work, play on a very good course.
Well, and if our tournaments were different, like we weren't, I am really sorry if we weren't still talking about this. I literally
Go ahead.
haven't heard a thing you just said.
Yeah,
if our tournaments, well, I've heard it before, were further spaced apart, like we weren't playing every weekend,
yeah,
it would be a different story if we had 3 weeks to prep. Like we could go into town, we'd have 3 weeks to play these 3 different courses. That would be completely acceptable in my opinion. But the way our schedule is packed and we have 11 pro tours, 6 national tours, 4 majors or whatever, we have 1 week and not even a whole week because there's 2 drive days usually, or maybe 1, but
sometimes we
not
get
even
there.
A recovery day.
Yeah.
And so having only 4 days or maybe 5, but then you really think you're going to learn 3 different courses in 5 days to like the potential that you want to? It's just kind of unfair in my opinion. If we had a different schedule, and right now there's not enough money in disc golf for us to play less, right?
Mm-hmm.
For like Eric has to play all of the tournaments that he plays to make a living. If he's getting $100,000, payout, we're going to play less events and there's going to be a lot more focus on those events. Mm-hmm. And in that case, we'd have 3 weeks and you could learn 5 courses and it would be fine. Yeah. It's just, that's not where we're at. So I think we really need to get away from like the 3 course. It's just so unfair to me.
Yeah. It
doesn't show what people can do because you don't get to practice.
And here's the other part of it is if you're running an event that has multiple courses and you're going to have like the pro field play multiple courses, think about the added volunteers, extra work, everything that you have to do to make that happen. You're adding to your workload as a tournament director. More courses are going to more tournaments, I believe, are going to shift to more just specific 1 to 2 courses. Because if obviously having pros play one side, AMs play another, that's totally fine. Yeah, yes, you have the constant argument of you have to take care of the AMs because they bring in most of the money, which is absolutely true and is always going to be true. But the AMs want to play the stuff that the pros do, but that does not mean your tournament has to do that. Run another tournament where the AMs get to play what the pros did.
Yeah.
Like, don't try and force it all into one weekend. Just space it out. If you have an AM weekend, pro weekend stuff is probably the best thing you can do because now what you're allowing for people to play an AM weekend and potentially play the pro weekend. So you're getting 2 sets of money. Also, what happens, you have the AM weekend, and then for the pro weekend, you have a bunch of volunteers for your pro weekend. you're missing out on quite a bit.
Dan just sent me this.
Nice.
That's ice cream truck with Peter and Eric and myself.
Super fun.
That's so cute. I saw something I wanted to respond. Do you guys like shotgun start?
No.
I would say no, but honestly, only because we're not used to it. I'm not used to it anymore. I am used to tee times, and
tee times. Even though you can hit the tee time lottery when it comes to weather, but tee times are a much more professional. You feel good about it. You kind of understand. Like when you're doing a shotgun start, you're also limiting the field significantly.
Yeah, it's interesting because I very dramatically remember what it was like when I was an AM, and I could handle anything. I could play 2 rounds in a day, and it was fine. I could do shotgun starts super early in the morning and later that day. Like it didn't matter. To be honest, though, like, yeah, we do this all the time. Disc golf's our life. We play disc golf all the time. You know, playing 2 rounds shouldn't be a big deal. Yes, but adding that travel in, and like, it's so taxing. I know we're just sitting in a car, but I can't even like describe what it's actually like to have to just rush to the next tournament. It is so exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't like, literally sometimes we don't even have one day to like sit down and chill before the next one like starts up. So that added to like doing a shotgun start or playing 2 rounds in a day, like mentally it's a completely different ball game as a traveling professional. But again, like we're kind of spoiled. I love tee times. It makes it easy. You have like kind of the whole day to do whatever you need to do after your round or before your round, depending on, you know, when your time is. But yeah, I definitely don't prefer shotgun anymore. Except from a media perspective, I'm out there all day long for tee times, all day. 8 a.m. for ladies, and then Eric's done at 6 p.m. So from a media perspective, it's a lot more work, but, you know, whatever.
But would you rather capture players on their second round being lethargic and dirty and not playing their best, or would you rather them be, they're only 12 holes in and they're still throwing great shots?
Yeah.
It's better for your coverage.
Yeah.
That's a very minor thing.
No. Yeah.
But it is.
I elaborated
on
that way more than I needed to. But
I
was just like realizing why I feel differently about it now, because I could handle anything before.
Do you like the new ladies tee times?
Later's tee times. I don't not like it. I think the number one thing that we had to deal with as early tee times was dew in the morning. Wet discs, wet tee pads every time. And then by the time the later tee times went off, they didn't have to deal with it. And I know that sounds like nothing, but
it does. It is a factor.
I am affected. If tee pads are wet, my confidence goes down. I do slip, and I've hurt myself pretty bad. So like mentally, I have this block if it's wet. And then obviously grip's the thing. So yeah, so I didn't like that about morning. Plus I remember 2 memorials. I was literally warming up in the dark, and my first shot on the tee pad was like the sun had just come up. And that sucked.
Here's the issue with a lot of that is tournaments are
just point at me.
Well, as to what your statement to this, all of this is tournaments are trying to overfill. I understand that it's like it's bringing in more money and whatnot, but don't leave it to the point where you're putting too many people in the tournament that it actually isn't really an even playing field for everyone.
Hindering players.
It can be a truly negative impacting thing to have too many players. Like find the right cap size, and obviously you need to try with that. So go super full, and if you're like, all right, it worked, then you're good. Don't add more spots. I do think that working towards more events where like Worlds and stuff like that, where basically you guys were playing. We played one of the same courses, but the other course that we played was different. With Sunset, and we were at Eureka, and we both played Northwood. That was great because now you get to see us on both on the same course, but also on different courses, and our times aren't structured.
We didn't have to start super early.
Yeah, and there's a bigger ask of the media companies and stuff like that because some of them are going to cover both cards, or some are going to be covering the women, some are going to be covering the men. There's that, but I think
if your tee times are before 8 a.m., it's too early.
Too early. I've had those tee times
we have
where
to get up at 5.
Yeah.
To get breakfast and do our warm up and
It does not make sense.
It's silly.
The tee time should be realistic. Now, I understand in golf they have some early tee times and different things like that, but if you can avoid it, you should. There's no reason to push it. And now also that doesn't mean, okay, don't put anybody late, and then now you have people finishing in the dark. You have to be aware of the ebbs and flows of things, of how your tournament is going to run. If you figure those things out, you allow it to work. And this is coming from somebody who's only ran small time events where we've ran
never had
a
to
flex start or a 1-round event. But I have had in-depth conversations with a lot of tournament directors. I've had in-depth conversations with touring professionals, with PDGA officials, different things like that, where I've heard the things that people like. I've seen the things that they don't like, and I have my own personal things. We've gone into a lot of detail of how to improve these things, and we have got to get ourselves in a better place for disc golf. We need to be thinking bigger picture. We need to be thinking better courses. We don't need to go back to a tournament like the Memorial because the courses are just not up to the standard we're looking for.
I love Arizona.
We love it.
It's not about that.
It doesn't have anything to do with anything that Spinners is doing. It's just that the courses aren't good enough. So we need to not allow ourselves to just settle. We need to be expanding forward. We need to be doing that with our courses, with our tee pad design, mainly with course design, and finding these places. Now, I think one of the hardest things, sorry to go on a tangent here.
Yeah, I've been hanging on to a thought for a while.
One of the hardest things that happens is we have a lot of amazing courses in the United States. Some incredibly fantastic courses. The issue is we don't have a crew in those areas to run a big event because they have one guy who's on it, but he doesn't have the 10 to 20 guys deep,
to help
guys and gals to help set up, maintain the course, be volunteers, constantly keep that course up to the standard that you want. That's one of the biggest things that I think is holding us back in that regard of being able to play a lot of these amazing courses. So we're kind of stuck going back to some of these places that are outdated because they have the crew that they've built up and made it this bigger thing. So if we work together, if you want to run a big event and you think your course can have it, get a crew around you, make it happen, build it up from the ground up. The perfect example of this is Will McCaskill in the Music City Open. He worked incredibly hard to make that tournament happen. He's still working on the course. They've had many different course designers come out there, and they're not even still settled on what it's going to be. They're constantly working. They're constantly improving, and that's what we need. We need more people of that type of thinking. Your thought? Sorry.
I think we were talking about women's tee times.
We were. No, I went into tournaments needing to be better.
That's okay. What? Her eyes are huge. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I read some good comments, so.
Cool.
Move the normal Arizona dates to summer so there can be a mountain tournament in Flagstaff or in Colorado. I'd be totally fine with a Flagstaff tournament. I love that place.
Are the courses in Flagstaff Pro Tour, National Tour caliber though?
I don't know.
We
haven't played them all. There's some other ones there.
Yeah, that's.
We've never been to Colorado on like the big tour.
No, there's the 303 and High Plains Challenge.
Like, why not though? That'd be cool. Yeah. I'd love to go back. We haven't been to Colorado in like 3 years now.
Yeah.
When Eagle was there, we'd go visit him. but even then we didn't spend any like dramatic time there. I feel like I would love Colorado, but I haven't spent any time.
You would like Colorado. Yeah. It's like Portland, mountain Portland.
On today's episode of What Really Grinds Eric's Gears. Doesn't take him much to get on a tangent about that stuff. He's very passionate.
Yeah, I hear it constantly, and like there's Foley, Alabama is a set of courses that I 100% believe at least
100% could be a pro tour.
Pecan Hollow could be a pro tour. It now here's the biggest issue. We're in Southern Nationals territory. Do they really even care to have a pro tour, national tour, when they can just continue to have an amazing Southern Nationals?
Well, if you get the right people to run it.
Of course. So how do you find the right people to run it? How do you find the right crew to run it? How do you find everybody who's going to get behind an event like that? Like that's the other part about it. Is the community has to be able to support a big event. Jonesboro, Arkansas is crazy, but they work incredibly hard to make things happen and make some really cool things happen. Even though the area isn't the best area for disc golf, but they've worked on it to make things great. Oh, look at this bag.
That's not what I was showing them.
Hey, look, another bag.
She's been eyeing this bag up so she could get in it.
Yeah, but if you get, Brad out at Jonesboro has worked incredibly hard, and he's found some people he can rely on.
And they're just moving that.
I know.
September
I can't wait. I want to go back.
Yeah, I
can't wait.
I think the Jonesboro is just going to be moved, so that's awesome news. We really like it there.
Yeah.
Maybe
it won't snow.
Somebody asked what. Oh, maybe that is what you were answering.
What?
What course would you like to see on the Pro Tour?
Well, no, it wasn't. I think Foley could be one. On the Pro Tour, Goat Hill, I think it's a Silver Series, but it was going to be a Silver Series. I think that one would work.
There's a wait list for Majestic, and you're not on it.
I'm talking with people about that. We'll see.
He's Eric Oakleys, so
it's not about that. It's not about that. We would work out a deal, and if I can get in.
Well, especially if they're going to do the Pro Tour and you paid for the pass. That's like the whole point of the pass, right?
It might not be a Pro Tour.
Oh, okay.
Either way, I'm talking with Kale and the TD about what can be done. But if I can't get in, then I can't get in. So it's not a big deal. I didn't plan on it.
Yeah. So this just came to fruition like
hours.
5 days ago.
But what's the there's a couple courses. What's the course that's in Missouri? God, it's an amazing course. Everybody talks about it. I would like to see that one, even though I haven't played it yet. Other tournament courses on the Pro Tour. I wouldn't mind seeing the Majestic come back. I wouldn't mind seeing Rolling Ridge in Wisconsin, Manitowoc, Wisconsin. I love the Silver Cup. I don't like Silver Creek, as I don't think it is a Pro Tour caliber or that tier of tournament. But I do think that Rolling Ridge itself is a shame that we don't get to play it for a Pro Tour or a national tour or a major event, because that place is remarkable.
Is anyone actually listening to Eric, or is everyone just watching Spout now?
Oh, Roy G. Good call, Tracy. Roy G, for sure.
Roy G would be the other course that deserves it. So that, when you look at it, you have a West Coast, Central in Missouri, and then going north. Everything that's on the
Eric's still talking.
Everything that's on the east side of the country is basically already a big tournament. There's probably some stuff in Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania and stuff that could be done, but we'll see.
We have me a pen, so she doesn't mess up my hand. I think she just heard that fly.
Harmony Bends. That's the course I was talking about.
Is that the one Zach plays?
No, that's Harmon Hills.
Harmony Bends, is that the one I played for women's?
No, that's Harmon Hills. I could see Virginia pushing some events and whatnot.
Let's go to Richmond.
Richmond doesn't have any courses worth it.
Bryant's
awesome, but
it'd
it's
be
not
great for FPO.
It'd be a very good FPO course.
This is my my bag review. Does it hold a cat, and what can you do with the cat in the bag? Oh. He's scared. He looks scared.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm good.
This is way too entertaining. Okay, well, we usually try to do an hour, and we did an hour and a half because Eric and I both got heated on our opinions. So maybe we should bounce. I have to edit a video for you guys to watch. So stay tuned to our Whale Pants channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do it now. And Dan Snyder has that video for us soon, and then I will have the rangefinder.
Jason Brown. I think I talked to Ryan like maybe a little over a year ago, but you know, I think they're doing some good things. I think they're back down in Australia. So last time I checked, but I haven't seen. But everything's super good. I will be nerding out on Twitch tonight, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Give them the link, boy.
Twitch. Did you guys check us out?
And I'm on there too in the chat. I always have a great time with everybody. We usually play a couple rounds of Disc Golf Valley. We didn't 2 nights ago.
You didn't, because you were busy being media guy and stuff and watching Greek, because Greek is like the best show on Hulu. Oh,
look at her.
All in all, but I do miss the Rentalas. They're good people.
Yeah, they are. They're in Australia now. Thanks for stealing my husband. Kira, come hang out with me. I didn't used to do Twitch either, but now I really enjoy it.
Kira, you definitely should come hang out.
Yeah.
It's been really fun.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see you guys tonight on Twitch, hopefully. If not, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It was really nice to hang out with you this morning.
Yeah.
I needed this. Yeah. And next Friday, we'll be here.
We'll see you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Say bye. Meow.